All right. So it's funny how this is a turnover where it's like, okay, so I was just relaxing and stuff. And then Instagram had to be like, hey, guess what? I have something for you. And it's like, okay, maybe she has something new to tell us. Maybe she has something new that I don't know. Sadly, everything she says is I do know, and she doesn't even go to full detail because she doesn't have the time to do it. Because she has only 3 minutes, where it's like, hey, you're telling me you have another one and it's going to be the same exact diff where you're not going to go in detail? Seriously? But either way, why don't we just look at it together and listen together and we'll talk about it in full detail what exactly she's talking about because she kind of knows what she's talking about, but not really. It's like, I don't know. It's like, is she truly a Power Ranger fan? It's like, yeah. It's like, here's my good background. I was a Power Ranger fan ever since it started in 1993. And eventually, when it came to Disney being like, well, we're going to kill Power Rangers. Not only that, but in North Carolina, for some reason, they don't want to tell me when Power Rangers airs. So I was like really in the dark until I got home. So, yeah. Eventually, Super Sentai was bound to happen, and I think 2008, 2009, I started Super Sentai and didn't look back until the crash of my tablet. And then last year, when the people who were supposed to be like, hey, we got you, man, we got you, man, what's up? And sadly, they crashed. Their site crashed, and I didn't finish Boom Boom Journey. So I didn't like the freaking helmets in the first place, but still, I was trying to get okay with the series, even though the Pink Ranger is an idiot and sucks. Like, I'm sorry, but the Pink Ranger is suck so much. Everyone else is okay, but she's the one that sucks. So it's too bad that she doesn't get a redemption when the Power Rangers decide to take over, do this adaptation, and she, Boom Boom Pink, Boom Pink will actually be good. But it's like, nah, it never happened, which equals then she forever will suck. Anyways, how about we start it and yeah, well, I'll stop when I need to stop. Okay, yeah, we gotta stop right here, which, hold on. Okay, we gotta stop right there. So, for her, she got the same assumption that I did as a kid, but I actually just got rid of that real quick. The fact of where it's like, oh my gosh, Jerome's gonna be the Purple Ranger. Oh my gosh, Jerome's gonna be a Purple Ranger. We're gonna have another Ranger. And I'm like, seriously now. You think she's gonna be another Ranger? Then who will be the bad guy? Who will be the bad guy of the series? Yes, I know Dark Spectre is all over it, but however, what Dark Conda is gonna take over? It's like you have to break it down. I would have to believe that sadly she was never bound to become the Purple Ranger. Luckily, she did become the Pink Ranger, but however, I'm like, yeah, the thing is that they just chose the shirt because of her hair. She usually sports purple, so that's what they did. If she'd wore a white shirt or a crimson shirt, you'd be like, oh my gosh, she'll be a white ranger. Oh my gosh, she'll be a crimson ranger. And of course, he said, oh, they didn't have the budget for it. And it's like, it does track. The Dark Rangers look horrible in season 2, 3. I wish they could actually have went back in time, which they still can, and edit that version and get newer suits, better suits, so it would be very, very cool. Not to mention they didn't do any fighting anything, they just posed there. So practically what you could do is actually go refilm it, have the Psycho Rangers. I'm just saying, have the Psycho Rangers have like some gnarly versions of the Power Ranger suits, either way, and then there you go. The only messed up part is like, even if we try to erase it, Boom Comics decide to be a jerk and still put them in Clifford. And it's like, oh dang it. It's like Boom Comics. Why? If we can erase them, which we could simply erase them. It could be easy. It would just be like the thing you know, but the newer kids will not know anything about it. now, or at least, whatever. So, anyways, yes, now we're back to Tenaya. You know, let's restart. Let's restart and at least try to get to that point. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I keep on forgetting to just do this. So, when it comes to Tenaya, yes, I heard about it too. Yes, she was going to become a ranger. She might have been the Crimson or the Cyan or the Silver. We don't know which one was it, but yeah, she was about to become a ranger, and I think his name was Jason. Funny enough. I think his name is Jason. Don't quote me on that. Hold on, let me just check for myself because I need to make sure I give this guy respect. He would have been great to come back. No, it's Eddie. Sorry, his name's Eddie. Eddie deserved to come back. Eddie should have been the showrunner. I mean, Eddie got screwed over by Disney. And now you're bringing Hasbro, and then you got this one guy over there. I'm like, no, no, no. Eddie. Eddie should have been the showrunner. Eddie should have got the honor that he deserved versus getting dissed. Horribly, horribly dissed. Like, really? This would have been a good redemption factor for you. And it's like, man, yo guys, man, what's up? Man? Yeah, that's good, it's good. Instead, it's like, no, you got this other guy, which I forgot his name now. Oh, like Eddie should have been a part of this. Eddie should have been a part of the Saban's Rima launch. Eddie should have been a part of this. They should have grabbed Eddie, and Eddie should have been a part of this. Period. Pretty sure if he would have done it, Power Rangers would be a little bit like decent, more decent. But even though, yeah, he would be having to butt heads with Jaime Sabans, which, yeah, I know. But still, at least it would be a maybe easier or something. I don't know. Either way, yeah, he wanted her to be a ranger, and it got canned. But you could still do it. But Boom Comics and it's like that's the sad part. It's like Boom Comics did so well, but you didn't tell them about the freaking other stuff that you had. Like for instance, when it came to Dark Dragon, Lord Dragon, you could have actually have had the original idea of bringing the White Ranger, who basically became Ryan from VR Troopers. He could have became the White Ranger versus, oh, we're just gonna upgrade Jason to the White Ranger. No, you should have did the cool thing of where Jason it basically mirrors what happened in Power Rangers Zeo, and that would have been even cooler. But instead, you did this crap. And this would have been another one where it's like, yeah, Tania would have been written in as a ranger. Heck, she could have been beyond the grid. She could have gotten her own ranger powers at this point, but nope. That's the sad part. Is like they don't know the true full details, but still they did a decent job. But still, it's like they should have known some of the good details. Like the writers in Lightspeed Rescue did so much to interwove everything. Basically saying that all the technology and stuff they had that they used in Lightspeed Rescue, those are all the Zords that were destroyed that are able to salvage during these whole entire years. Because it's like, where in the world did the where did the Thunder Zords go? They fell right there. The Turbo Rangers, their Megazords don't aren't there anymore. So where did they go? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the secondary Zords for in space, where did they go? They are not usable again. They can't be used. What happened to them? Lightspeed Rescue. So those writers that they recruited were the best writers. And it sucks that's like, yeah, that's why you guys should actually have people who truly know what's going on versus, well, they did a great job, of course, but anyways, let's just continue on with what she's gonna say. I know this. Okay, okay, yeah. Pause right there. Pause right there before we continue on with. So, of course, everyone already knew that I made a video already talking about the Green Ninja Ranger. But of course, what we really want to talk about is, which I did another video on that too. So it's like, yeah, this is like Instagram, you're an idiot. I don't really need to know about this, but here we are. And then, of course, someone in the actual video in the comment section told me that, dude. And you can look right here. It was just CGI. They never made an actual suit for the Gold Ranger of SPD. And it gets even funnier where it's like she didn't even mention the fact of where it's like this is the part of where Disney got the real middle finger of Toei. And Toei was like, yeah, we're not taking your jack shit. And it's like Toei could have gave him a heads up being like, yeah, we had like mini Rangers. It's like, how many Rangers do you have? We have like at least 10 to 11. But they never told him that. They actually had to keep going with this. So they thought they had like at least six Rangers, right? And then all of a sudden, Omega Ranger showed up, and they're like, "Where the hell did he come from?" And they were like, "Okay, do something quick." It's like, "Okay, we're gonna get a cat. We're gonna get someone who's a writer, and he's gonna voice Mega Ranger, and then we're just gonna get a stunt actor, put on the Omega Ranger suit. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done." Yeah. So if you wonder why Omega Ranger was stuck in his morph this whole entire time, instead of the whole he's from the future and he can't do it, which is like, yeah, I was planning to do a whole entire series on SPD, like going back and be like, it is 2025 now. So let's talk about it. Yeah, COVID happened. He's from the future. COVID most likely got abolished. But however, since COVID is still around right now and he's from the future, he could bring COVID back to the future and thus, uh-oh. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, so Cat Ranger, which she mentions that later on. But yeah, they were happy for Cat Ranger, I guess. It's like, yeah, they at least they had Cat Ranger kind of established. But Nova Ranger, as you can see, also had that issue where they're like, where the hell did Nova Ranger come from? It's like, we can't put Nova Ranger in this. It's like, okay, just leave her for the last episode. It's like, yeah, so if you would have then been like, oh, there's the Gold Ranger too, they'd be like, oh my gosh, dude. It's like, we already did a lot of stuff. We even have a freaking other Rangers that we created. And we also made a joke Orange Ranger. So we're adding more Rangers? Like, no. So you can understand how they're like, yeah, no. Even if they did know, which I don't know if they knew about it, but of course, I'm pretty sure since the talk was no, they didn't know all of the Rangers that existed. They kept on going beat by beat until they're finally in quotations free, except for Gold Ranger here. Just let relapsable. But that's where I at least heard is that man. Okay, let's continue on. Do you want to talk about the Green Ranger? Okay, let's stop right there. Okay, so when it comes to, and I guess I have to go back right quick because you're too fast, because you have to do it very, very fast while I can take my time. I already said that I think the Green Ranger should actually have happened. And of course, if you know it's a video of mine, the video of mine was like Brody is training a person how to be a ninja. And it's a woman, is a girl. So it kind of equals to where it's like, so you're telling me that you're training a girl to be a ninja as well. And she so happens to be a girl. I would figure then that means that by the end, when he needs her reinforcement, she comes in the Green Ranger suit. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, there you go. But it never happened. I'm like, well, then it's such a throwaway for Brody to have a student. It's like, I don't know what exactly is like, this is Cat Lady Aldrin's territory. And it's like, well, then they're stupid. They show that they're stupid and then they show they're super stupid. But it's like, yeah, and then she says that, oh, but it's the movie and they don't have movie stuff. And it's like, they don't have movie stuff. Um, verses is exactly movies, right? So if you're saying they don't have movie, entitlement, then how in the world Clash of Red Rangers happened? How does, team ups with the Rangers happen? Because believe it or not, the team ups with the Rangers actually are movies, aka he TV specials. I call them TV specials because they're not movies. They're not an hour so long. They just go over there for like at least 30 minutes and there you go. It's like, I think that's a waste of time. You could just put it in TV. You can put it in a TV show, we're good. So when it comes to this one, it's like it's sad, and of course, for all of these, you know what I usually say. Where's my figures? Power Rangers Universe toy line. That's what I usually say is where's my figures? Because I wanted to have this figure too, because this is a Japanese exclusive. And if you ain't get it, I don't care. And the thing is that when it comes to special Rangers like this, Japan doesn't have any materials for them. So that's the sucky part. But if you make materials because you put them in America in Power Rangers, then I get to have the materials and it's exotic. And I'm like, hey, look at this. Look at this, Japan. I kind of wouldn't be like that, but I'll be a little bit like that. So it sucks that, yeah, you passed up on this opportunity and you basically had that freaking girl who Brody trained. I think it's best for you to just look it up versus me showing it to you because at least when you look it up and you're like, he's right, he's right. And it's like, "Yup, exactly. All right, let's continue on. I'm pretty sure she's talking about Beast Morphers, which I think I talked about that at least like a few reviews. I talked about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stop her right there. So basically, you had the Black Ranger and the Green Ranger, right, for it. And I was oh man, they're going to do it. Even though it's not going to last all, they're going to do it. So it would have been cool. But in the Japanese context, that means that either the commander, which is a woman, would have been the Black Ranger, or Devin's dad would have been the Black Ranger. It's one or the other. And when he was infected, I was like, oh, they're showing that he could become a ranger now. That's the same exact energy as the others. But no, he was infected. It's like, oh. But me personally, I don't like Ben and It's like I lean towards Ben and Betty, but they're stupid and they're idiots. Even though it's like there are geniuses in one episode, then idiots in another. Genius in one half of the episode, then idiots in the second half of the episode. It gets very stupid where it's like you don't balance them. And I was like, I'd rather you just allow Roxy and Nick. Yeah, allow Roxy and Nick. I hope I'm correct. It's like, yeah, anyways, the previous supposed to be Red Ranger and the previous supposed to be Yellow Ranger, they become Rangers. And it makes sense that why don't we see them around too much? It's because they're secret agents. They're special rangers that goes around the world and stops other issues because there are plants all around the freaking world instead of just this one. So since that happens, that means that she has to keep a secret from her boyfriend, the Blue Ranger. And I think that would have been so juicy. The only sad part is that I'm like, well, Boom Comics, make it happen. Make it happen. You have a wide open right here. You can talk about the secret missions of the Beast Morphers, which you have the Green Ranger and the Black Ranger. And I can get those figures. Yeah. Yes, I know that the Green Ranger would not actually be good. The hippo is a dude form. I know. I I would have to compromise, sadly. Not unless, they'll be cool to be like, well, they did do tests on it first. And the guy that was the Green Ranger, he couldn't really make it. So it was a scrapped idea of having secret agents until those two actually came back to being good. Then they're like, hey, we're going to give you two jobs. You can bond with these. They bonded. There you go. It's similar to the ones that they were actually first bonded to. There you go. And now we'll have like, I guess maybe make it 50 issues. So it's kind of like exactly every single issue or episode of Power Rangers. There's usually 50 episodes, even though these times they cut it down, which is boo. But hey, 50 issues of their secret, espionage. I think that would have been a great call. You now know where Nick has been. You know why Roxy doesn't be seen in multiple episodes, except for a little bit of episodes, is because they both were actually secret agent rangers, just like how Go Busters was. And it's an even beautiful nod, being like, yeah, look at that, look at that. But instead, Boom Comics just kept on going, and it's like you dropped easy money. This could have been easy money. This could have been very easy to do. Very easy, and it would have coexisted with the TV show as well. But they didn't do it. Could they do it in the future? I hope they could, but it's kind of like too little too late since the toy line's gone. And also, again, for Ben and Betty to be Rangers, no. And again, for it to work, they would actually have to be secret agent Rangers. We see them every single episode. It doesn't work because they're in every single episode. So that's why Roxy and Nick should have been the black and Green Rangers. Well, that was her. Okay, so this is where it gets very, very sad for me because this was supposed to be the bombshell hit video that I had, which was what does Power Rangers mean to Super Sentai? That was one of the five special facts that people won't know. The episode she's talking about is season two, episode five of Akiba Ranger. And they actually told us exactly what Power Rangers meant to Super Sentai, which was it's a homage to their footage and everything. I think it's like that's basically it. I forgot after watching my own video to remember what was the definition. But yeah, it sucks that that video actually got blocked globally, worldwide blocked thanks to Toby. And just a few years ago, they unblocked it. They showed the goodness of their heart and unblocked it just for 10 people to watch it. Yay. Thank you, Toei. It's been out for years. It's been there for years. And now, since it's finally unblocked, you stifled its freaking viewing. Could have been 50. Could have been more than that. Could have blew up. But we would never know because you blocked it because of stupid footage. It's like I couldn't even get the proper footage either. I had to do some extra stuff to make so I can get the footage versus being able to rip it. So, anyways, yeah. So she's talking about Akiba Ranger, which that's my logo. That's my look. Yep, I got the morphing grid powers from the my previous sensei, who sadly perished along with his team. Hopefully, I don't. Anyways, wow. Jeez, there we go. Okay, so here we are with this. So basically, which let me go back because you did too much. There we go. So here's the messed up fact. Here's two things that she doesn't know because she would have been able to tell you if she knew. Power Rangers Hexagon was going to be the next series after Wild Force that Sabans would have done. This would have actually wrapped everything up in a tight little bow of all the ends that's the loose ends. This would have stopped everything. You had Team Jason and you had Team Tommy. Yes, crazy, isn't it? Maybe that actually would have helped make sure everyone's all good with each other, versus now where it's like, even though Jason David Frank is gone, Team Tommy versus Team Jason, that battle still lives on. But in Power Ranger Hexagon, they would have had six Rangers, all right. They would have had, of course, the red, blue, and yellow. And then in the opposite team, you have the crimson, the navy blue, and yellow, or whichever color they would chose. So they would actually made a second, second special American Ranger. This would have been our second one if Power Ranger Hexagon continued on. So her talking about this equals the words like, yeah, she didn't even mention that. And just like the person in the comments said, well, that would have been a good call, but Akiba Ranger was way after Hurricaneer slash Power Rangers Ninja Storm. So it wouldn't really actually have existed. It only existed now because they decided to make a third Ranger. And again, it's like it didn't exist there, I think. Unless we dig into what they're talking about, which we don't know. But I can tell you for Power Ranger Hexagon, they would have made the Ranger, and I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, nope, that's Disney. No, 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 no. It would have been Saban's. So Saban's would have made the suit, and Toei most likely would be cool with it. The point where they're actually like, "Yeah, we're gonna put the suit in Akiba Ranger as well," because when it comes to season season two, episode five of Akiba Ranger, they showed that they're getting tight with Saban's. Yeah, give me some dap, boy. Yeah, what's up? As for Disney, they said, fuck you. Disney, they straight up just bashed them, being like, no, Power Rangers started from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and it ended with Wild Force. There is no mentioning at all of Dino Thunder to RPM. That shows how much they cared about Disney. They did not care for Disney whatsoever. So, okay, you wonder why SPD. You wonder why SPD didn't know all the Rangers. Is because they didn't give a crap. It's only one good lucky thing that they actually got help for filming. Yeah, because they got help filming for Operation Overdrive. So that's the good news. They did help Disney, but they still didn't like Disney. So at least they got help for one moment. But after that, it's like, no. And well, it's kind of funny where it's like, yeah, they were going to make an animated series of Power Rangers too. They were trying to do it. They were doing so well until it got unplugged. But even so, they showed their true feelings that screw you, Disney. So for all we know, which adding this into the whole, they used to actually have a cartoon show that was going to happen, animated show with Zag. I think more importantly, how it broke off is most likely because they don't like to work with Disney. They were doing so well, but they remembered that you're Disney. Peace out. But we really don't know what happened. That's it. We don't know what happened, and they showed the middle finger just a little bit more. The fact that where it's like we can make our own cartoons. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, they did that with Shinkenger. So it seems to me that they kind of was showing it like a little bit, yeah, yeah, Disney, yeah. And it's like we don't really know what happened. We don't know why it fell through. But considering they totally bashed Disney, I would have to say that they don't really truly like working with Disney. And even when they were kind of working okay, Disney might have said something that was rubbed them the wrong way to where it's like, yeah, screw Disney. Or it could be the fact of this agreement right here that they were trying to nail out the agreements. This right here might have actually made them go to Akiba Ranger and say that, yeah, Disney. So we don't know exactly what happened first, where it's like, did he always hate Disney? Did Disney say something while the animation talks was in, development, and then they said something wrong, and Toei's like, oh yeah, yeah, we good, we done here. It's like, wait, hold on, wait, but wait, hold on, wait, come on. It's like, yeah, it's like y'all guys said something wrong, and now they basically don't like you, Disney. They don't like you. Their country like you, yeah, yeah. Japan likes Disney, but As for Toei working with Disney, it seems kind of like they don't like you. They don't want to work with you when it comes to Power Rangers slash Super Sentai. I don't know what you did, but you did something. I hated this one so badly. Look how horrible it is. Okay, let's stop right here. Let's stop. Let's stop. So, when it comes to Dino Thunder, aka Alba Ranger, the funny part was that it even became a joke again in Go Kaijers, which I was like, you know what you really need to do? And I was really hoping that that's what's going to happen when it comes to Go Say, I mean, when it happens to Super Mega Force, is that when they did have to morph, they decided to make their newest American Ranger edition. And I was pulling for the Stegosaurus to be the new one. I was pulling for it, and well, the time came and they didn't make a new Ranger. No, no, no. They did the same thing that happened in Ghost Kaijers. It sucks, really. I was hoping for it. I was really hoping for it. I was hoping for it, and I was hoping that perhaps I forgot her name now, but the tech for Dino Thunder, she would come and say, "Here, have this Ranger key. I worked on a Dino Gym. There we go." Or, the other crazy part of where they could have back in the day just made their own Ranger, which I thought they were about to, which is the Phantom Ranger. So now you have six gyms. But the Phantom Ranger was only just a toy exclusive. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I think there was also a transforming one too, but apparently I might have remembered wrong. I hate this. Yeah, but it's like this right here, this fit right here. I'm like, yeah, you couldn't be serious, and they were serious about it. It's messed up. Well, not serious. It was a joke, but still, it's messed up that you brought in this joke, and then you brought it again when Go Kaijers did it. See, it says right here, even Go Kaijers did it. Oh, wait. Before we continue on, did you know that her dinosaur of choice for the Ranger, her Ranger key is the pig? And did you also know that basically, if we were gonna go by Go Kaiser rules, that Ethan would show up from Dino Thunder, and he would have a girlfriend, and the girlfriend would be the one that did his crap. I'm pretty sure everyone would be dogging her. It's like she deserves to get dogged for it. It's like your girlfriend made this outfit and a Ranger key. Cool, you make the Ranger key, but the outfit sucks. Yeah. Okay, stop. She's doing the plugging now. But anyways, yeah, so this one was the one that really hurts very badly. And it's like, I thought you guys loved money. So she already told you that Void Knight and this guy, which was he the original one? Yeah, Seto, apparently that was his name. It's like, yeah, I think he was special. I forget, yeah, he was special. I forgot what exactly he was. I think he was like the mentor ish character. And he touched the ground and got armor, and that's how he got this armor, the bronze armor. And I was like, okay, well then I want to have this figure. I want to have Void Knight's figure. I finally got Void Knight's figure, but sadly, due to Hasbro being an idiot, I don't have Chroma Sabers, and I was hoping to score again and get the Void Knight figures for 250, and I can just get all the Chroma Sabers from that, which is three in all. It was supposed to be five, but they kind of made the comment that they're going to release the other two separately. They never did. The two people who actually was doing the thing, which you can look back in the previous video, some one video where it's like the girl had the Green Ranger in her pocket, the normal Green Ranger, not armored up, and the guy had one in his pocket too, the Black Ranger, not armored up. So they were supposed to give us the ordinary original ones, but they never did. And that's why I was like, oh, I got to stockpile and get six or maybe even eight of them. So in this right here, I'm like, well, then I can get this figure too. The thing that you got to do is very simple: put him in a TV show. And you'll ask, how do you put him in a TV show? Simple. Void Knight turned good, right? So that means his armor should reflect him being good. Thus, this is why you would have that armor that you see right there as his armor now. Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Because if you look at Korag, Korag was evil, but when Torag turned good, he turned into the Blazing Wolf Warrior. Was he purple? No. What color was he? Crimson. He was a different color than purple, because purple usually means evil. So basically, the writers are idiots, and they broke the rule of where, which the rule started, I think, in Mystic Force slash Magic Ranger, that if you're purple, you kind of might be a bad guy. Yes, if you're half messed up, horrible enchanted armor that is very enchanted and messed up, which they kind of didn't have that in this version, then yes, the good version is that version right you see right there, which that's what Void Knight should have got it when he became good, because he actually tried to sacrifice his life versus his powers just to save, you know, everyone. And it's like you should have had that in the freaking screen for at least like 2 minutes. And then you could have released the figure, and I'm like, give me my figure. It's like I don't need to go to someone and be like, hey, can you custom paint this one for me? Because it's like that sounds sad. I would like to have an official version. Because what did I say before? Japan doesn't get figures like that. So this is a unique figure that only will be given to us because they don't get to have that. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I don't get to have that because you decided to say no, and now here we are with this. Do I get to? Now you think you should get to better talk, better finish. Well, if you notice, yeah, hold on. You notice right there, apparently, yes, she does have a YouTube channel. And she, while she get the snapshot, she only has one view. But I'm pretty sure, and look at this right here. It's like she has 4,000 something something where it's like, that makes me a sad panda. But yeah, she's trying to get people to show it, see it on her face, I mean, YouTube channel. All right, let me see. Which one can I use? Yeah, that's not it. Let's see. That could work, but no. Yeah, this will work. So, in the end of the day, it's just it's just kind of sad where it's like, yeah, she's doing all good, and it's like, should I even chat to see? Should I even type and see what she did with the other one? That is gonna just make me feel sad. Where it's like, she got thousands of views. What do I get? Nothing, because YouTube screwed me over. Yay! But yeah, I thought this was a good one to talk about. It's just all the stuff that she said and give it full context, because she can't do full context because she's going super fast round on this. Pew, 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 pew. But yeah, there is really more things that needed to be mentioned. So that's why she gets to have a video response. Something from back in the day. Which, yeah, YouTube is a shell of itself now, and I'm pretty sure even when I look right here, it might be less than 50 views. But hey, if you did see this, please do the cool thing and like the video. I know it's gonna be it's a long one. Well, actually, this is a live stream, but either way, do something to make sure that YouTube can have to look at it and be like, hmm, I see she's doing something. Hmm, maybe we'll do something about it. I'm not sure. Maybe we should ignore him. Hmm. Instead of just basically just end where it's like, okay, yep, he's done the same thing as before. 0 views, or it's 50 views, but no one's liking it, no one says anything about it. So we might as well just do what we usually do, is just say screw him and throw him in the trash again.